I'm in this room because I want to talk about how much I actually hated colored target faces. This is so hard for people to comprehend, but every time I hear someone say, I don't know what it is, but I cannot shoot on paper targets. I'm fine on animals. Give me a 3D target, I'm good to go. And trust me when I say I was there with you 100%. I love 3D archery. I love hunting more, but there actually became a time where I really wanted to focus on getting good on targets and on paper archery targets. And the different colors, especially that one, the Vegas face, was an absolute nightmare for me. I thought a 300 was impossible, even though at the time I was a professional 3D archer. I was pretty successful, I thought. I know that I could shoot really well with the pros that were out there, but you put one of those targets in front of me and good freaking luck. I just had the biggest trouble, and honestly, this leads into what I'm going to challenge you with for this indoor season, and that is make it a mission to get good at something that you suck at. I sucked at indoor target archery. It took me a long time to get used to a Vegas face. It took me a long time to get used to a 5-spot. But the way that I did it was persistence. And for me, I literally bought 100 of these target faces from Lancaster. I had them shipped, and I made it a goal that every single day I was going to shoot a brand new target face. And I wish I would have kept them, because from the first face until that last face, there was such a huge improvement. And although it seems like it's impossible, it just naturally started to happen. I think my subconscious gave way to my conscious, and how I was seeing my pins on the target, and also honestly learning to trust the float more, because once you have a color and once you have a dot and once you have your aiming reticle in the middle of all that, you really start to pick up how much you're moving around, versus as a hunter or a 3D archer, you're not really picking those spots. You're picking silhouettes, you're picking shadows, you're sometimes picking other people's arrows to aim at, but it's a mental sight picture that you have to develop trust between the conscious and the subconscious. And also you have to do something that I've talked about in other videos, which is really starting to understand your aiming apparatus and what works best for you. Sometimes one color maybe work better for you. The next time it might not be the color, it might be the size of the dot and how much you're covering up. But what I can tell you is a target like that, or a target like most of these that have been shot in professional competitions, they were never targets that I even thought were possible back when I was a pro 3D archer and when I was really focusing on my hunting. It wasn't until I just made it a mission to focus on these. And I mean, this is a 5-spot face that I shot at NFA Indoor Nationals with a hunting bow at that time. So focus on making the things that you're worst at aiming at, focus on making that something that you constantly will improve on. Make it something that will become your best. For me, target faces, my nemesis, what I hated the most, what I disliked about archery shooting. Once I actually forced myself to do it, they ended up being what has given the most back to me, because once I finally embraced it and started to understand it and started to do it, that's when I also started to realize how well or how poorly I'm actually shooting. Because for me, known distances on a fixed face really started to instantly show me how I was shooting, because I was eliminating unknown variables like guessing the yardage or you name it. There's a lot of unknowns in the style of archery I was shooting prior to embracing how to shoot good on a target face.